Hello. Today, I'd like to talk about the Samarkand Vocational Training Center in Uzbekistan, a project implemented by KOICA and Keimyung College University's industry academic strengthening the vocational training competency of Samarkand VCT Institute to increase the income of trainees in Uzbekistan. Let's take a look at how the project came about, what it's all about, how it's working, and what we've learned from it. Samarkand, Uzbekistan is located in the heart of Asia, a hub of the ancient Silk Road, steeped in history and culture. With a large youth population, Uzbekistan has made a concerted effort to create new jobs and expand access to skills training, employment, and entrepreneurship by establishing vocational training centers across the country. The Samarkand region is an important industrial area in Uzbekistan and is a center for machinery manufacturing. In particular, it is a strategic base for automobile production, and it was planned to significantly expand the production of auto parts in the future. Skilled CNC technicians are essential for machining automotive parts. Despite this importance, there are no institutions in the Samarkand region that specialized in training in CNC technology. As a result, there was a severe labor shortage to develop the industry. Local companies saw the need to open a CNC training course in their vocational training centers. In addition to these CNC skills, there was a growing demand for computer design skills. Computer design is a relatively easy field for employment and to start a business in, as skills can be acquired through short-term training and does not require much capital. Therefore, training young people in CNC and computer design skills, which are essential for automobile factories in the Samarkand region, would solve the labor shortage in the factories and the local community, and allow young people to get good jobs. In response, KOICA and Keimyung College University have partnered with the Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations, the Samarkand Regional Government, and a vocational training center to provide CNC and computer design training courses. Let's take a closer look at the project and how KOICA and Keimyung College University have implemented it. The project consisted of three main elements: running a CNC employment course, running a computer design course, and running an SSIC installation, as well as capacity building for teachers and administrators. In the case of the CNC course, KOICA and Keimyung College University supported the program within the Samarkand Vocational Training Center. This consisted of developing the curriculum and textbooks, providing educational equipment, and running a training program with experts. Based on this, students received technical training and were able to conduct on-the-job training. We also trained teachers to improve the quality of education by teaching them how to develop textbooks, how to use the equipment, how to repair faults, and how to make products. The computer design course was similar to the CNC course. The difference is that the students in the computer design course were able to receive training that could actually help them start a business, such as writing a business plan and receiving lectures from experts. Similarly, the teachers were trained on how to develop teaching materials so that they could develop materials that fit the level of the trainees. Finally, we established and operated the SSIC, an entrepreneurship incubation center within the Samarkand Startup Incubating Center. The center was created to provide an appropriate environment for people who want to start their own business. KOICA and Keimyung College University helped the SSIC operate more effectively by providing equipment, holding job hunting workshops, and providing startup and operational advice. As a result, the entrepreneurs housed at the SSIC not only received business support, but also strengthened their networking with each other. In addition, SSIC staff were provided with training and entrepreneurship education programs and how to run the center. How did the evaluation team find the project's outcomes based on the literature review and on-site interviews? The project has been very successful. In the case of the CNC course, one curriculum and one textbook tailored to industrial needs were developed, and the program achieved a 100% recruitment rate and a 77.5% completion rate. The provided equipment's maintenance rate for the CNC technology training was 90%, which confirms that the equipment is continuously used by students for training. The employment rate was 82.5%, and the average wage was as low as 109%. And as high as 223% higher than graduates from the same vocational training center's welding department. Next, for the computer design course, one entrepreneurship training course and one textbook were developed and achieved a 100% staffing rate and 77.5% completion rate. Similarly, the maintenance rate of the educational materials provided for the design course was found to be 90%. The competition for students is also increasing, with a 12.5% startup rate among all graduates and a 70% employment rate among non-startups. Compared to graduates of the IT department of the same Samarkand Vocational Training Center, average wages are higher, ranging from 31% lower to 134% higher. When it comes to SSIC's operations, there was a slight disappointment against the goal. Out of the 18 support rooms at SSIC, 15 rooms were occupied by startup preparation teams. 16 startup workshops were held against 17, and 15 startup advisory sessions were held against 17. Nevertheless, 4 of the SSIC's residents applied to startup competitions and 2 won. This resulted in 2 years of financial support from the Samarkand regional government. In addition, the SSIC is now holding its own seminars, operating an advisory board, and running a group chat room to reflect the opinions of tenants, and is actively communicating with each other. How did KOICA and the Keimyung College University make such a difference? The answer is simple: active collaboration with stakeholders. First of all, the Samarkand Vocational Training Center and local businesses recognized the importance of the project and actively participated in it. In particular, the strong leadership of the director of the Samarkand Vocational Training Center and the followership of the teachers made a significant contribution to the implementation of the project. In addition, local companies cooperated with the Vocational Training Center to provide on-the-job training opportunities for students and job opportunities for graduates. This created a win-win situation between the stakeholders, leading to an increase in the productivity of the companies and the wages of the graduates, which in turn contributed to the achievement of the project's goals. Finally, KOICA Uzbekistan headquarters and the Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations provided continuous administrative and financial support. And Keimyung College University also worked closely with the Vocational Training Center, contributing to the successful implementation of the project. There are so many different parties involved in the project. Can you see how important close cooperation is between participants for a project to be successful? If so, how can you make a better difference in the future when conducting similar projects? The evaluation team suggested 2 areas of improvement. First, the evaluation team suggested that the project should be planned together by the project execution entity and the performance measurement entity. This is so that they can agree on the goals of the project and how to measure performance and solve problems together. So they suggested that the process of developing theory of change and PDM together should be included as a project management procedure. And based on this, performance should be managed through joint cooperation. This will enable efficient and effective management of the project. Next, they suggested that when conducting startup-related projects in partner countries, thorough preliminary research on the startup environment in the country and region should be conducted. The project lacked prior research and analysis of the startup environment due to COVID-19 and the economic downturn, and this limited the project content and goal setting. A more long-term approach is needed to plan and establish vocational and entrepreneurship education programs. They recommended that when KOICA plans vocational education and training programs, including this one, it should plan for the continuation of previous projects. This would increase the effectiveness of the project and help to solidify startup education activities. They also suggested that KOICA should plan support for the entire entrepreneurship process with partner governments, lenders, and industry representative organizations. It was suggested that the project would be more effective if it was reviewed by entrepreneurial and local experts at the planning stage. Through this evaluation, we learned about strengthening the vocational training competency of Samarkand VCT Institute to increase the income of trainees in Uzbekistan. In your opinion, what further efforts are needed to improve this project? Please share your thoughts in the comments so the KOICA project can help drive sustainable economic development in Uzbekistan. This end-of-project evaluation was conducted by an external evaluation agency and reviewed by KOICA's Independent Committee for Evaluation Quality Assessment for Evaluation Quality.